Join us for Tea Time.
When I held Mukeni.
Mukeni?
Yeah. First of all, my head was like, they look like me.
Yeah.
Why do they have so much
Really?
hair? Okay, I also have so much
Yeah.
hair. So.
My dad's office.
Okay.
Yeah. I loved the fact that when I went there, my dad is the boss.
Yeah.
Yes.
The way I like keeping to myself, the way I like my personal space, the way I don't like other people's wahala, my dad.
Now, as far as my father is concerned,
You don't see yourself in him in any way.
you've met him, yes?
Yes.
What might you say you see in him that is in me?
I'd say your dad is very focused. That's one thing. The few moments I've met him and interacted with him, your dad seems like a focused guy, somebody who's very articulate, like I know what I want and I'm going for it. You have that.
Okay.
You have that.
I would say I have that, but what you see as focus with him, I see as him getting rid of everything else.
When are you
on
need
the side.
therapy? Therapy. Call. We need to a number to call. 08000 therapy.
One of the things that that scared me, I'd say, was on the day that Marcus was being born, our son, that day in the hospital. I remember I was kicked out of the delivery room. I think that was one moment where I was like, wait, anything could happen and I am not there. Probably that's one of the moments I'd say, okay, fear settled in me. I was like, oh gosh. So I was just waiting to hear, typically what I see on TV, to hear the slap and the cry. Then when I just heard the cry, I came into the room. Yeah, I'd say that was one of the moments where I was probably scared because
You need to dig deeper.
I think probably, again, I'd say is I have fear of things that I have no control over.
Now you're doing the work. Now you're digging deeper. Now you're doing the work.
Wachana na mimi. I have fear of things that I have no control over.
What is the one attribute of your mother or father that you've seen in yourself?
I think to my father, it's over caring, especially for the sick. It bothers me a lot, and that's what my dad used to do. He would wake you in the middle of the night, drink water, you know you took medicine at night. When you're sick, he carries you even into their bed to sleep with them. So I think that is part of it.
He loved having weekend parties. I don't know if I do that a lot, but I think I like having people over sometimes. I think I like
You usually invite people out.
Yeah, I think it's just like, come, let's do this. So I tend to do that a lot. Not too much, but probably I think I see these traits of that.
Favorite childhood memory is whenever I would be going back to school. I was in boarding from primary 5. So whenever I would be going back to school, in the morning, my dad would wake up and pray for us before we leave. And what I remember is whenever you would not be having, like you don't have enough things, he would write to us that he's coming to school next week to bring the balance of the things we needed, and he would not appear. But we would go happy that he's coming. We will see him soon. I think that was the memory that's up to now. I feel like if my child is leaving the house, I need to pray for them.
So it was this time my dad was this guy alikuwa na travel most of the times, and so tukisikia anakuja tungeenda kumwendea kwa stage at least tufanye tu homies Kamrima hivi, so you know it. So tukitoka tu kwa gate hivyo tukamwona ako pale. So we decided kumkimbilia ile daddy something like that. So as I was running, there was some cows zilikuwa zinalishwa hapo, and so you see that pupu ya ng'ombe. So when I was running, nilianguka hapo.
Oh no.
Oh my God. Up now I still recall that place. Hata nikienda nyumbani, I just feel like this place really messed me up. Kwa sababu mwenye angefika mbele ya ku get that, alikuwa anapewa the first gift. So I failed to get the first gift, nikaanguka, and I had I had a kanyuka skirt nilikuwa nimebaiwa na my mom. So you can imagine how I felt. So that is the favorite childhood memory.
I admire in you your sense of justice, Dad.
Oh.
But I'm not going to repeat that. I'm going to say that I admire the fact that you love us and show us love so openly. It's not something that you shy away from. You know, toxic masculinity. I can't kiss my children. I can't hug my son-in-law, or, you know, the boys in your life. You show love, you pour out love, and it's an amazing example for young men, boys, to see that Babu is loving. So this thing that you're hearing in the world, oh, men, A, B, C, D, Babu is not like that. And because they look up to you, right, you are bringing up a new generation of men who are loving and show love.
Thank you so much. May I have that in writing?
Oh, my goodness.
What are some of the earliest, fondest memories with me?
Do you know what has just popped into my head is us swimming in Shaba Lodge in Isiolo, and then the monitor lizard getting into the pool.
Yes,
and
I remember that.
Us screaming
and
scampering, but we are in the middle of the pool, so we're trying to get to the edge to get out, and the monitor lizard is also swimming and wondering why are people screaming. Like, it's home, right? Like, he's used to swimming in the pool, blah, blah, blah. But for us, we were just like, no. And the thing was this big. And you were absolutely no help. You were dying of laughter. You laughed and laughed at us. You even fell down onto those, the pool whatevers, benches, and just laughed at us. And I remember being afraid, but coming out and seeing you laughing, I was like, okay, I guess it's funny. It's not that bad.
So some young men coming into our home, and I told you that when you go out, I want you to be independent. Here is some money.
That's right.
When he buys ice cream,
that's right.
What do you buy?
Yeah.
You buy popcorn. So that people or young people or young men that are fraternizing with you do not really feel that they are here and you are here, and they can now pander to their whims.
I can't forget that. I will never forget that. It has stayed with me forever, even to today. It's still there.
Yes, my father had colorful language and sarcasm.
Are you talking about your father or you?
No, my father.
Oh, really?
I'm gentle. Yeah. And it was so sarcastic, but what he says to the person being spanked, you could not help but burst out laughing, but you have to laugh in a measured way.
Yes.
It's so funny.
Yeah, but he's angry. He's not trying to be funny.
No. He's not trying to be angry. No, to be funny. He is. He is very angry. And that's why he's actually spanking me. But the kind of things that he was saying. So for us, for the person that was being spanked, and the sarcasm together was very hurting.
Yeah.
And you are seeing this one, this is a bad cop.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a bad cop. This is a one I don't want to cross. I don't want to cross his line.
Yeah. And would grandma laugh when he would say those things?
Now the grandma will be angry with the child that is being spanked.
Yeah.
Now see what you have gotten into. But when my father uses that colorful language, she is full of laughter, but she wants to laugh, but not necessarily show you that she's laughing.
Yeah.
Do you think today's fathers have things harder or easier than you had them?
It's a yes and no question for me.
Mm-hmm.
I think they do have it harder because they have a lot more to compare with. And there's so much more at your fingertips. There's so many more fathers to gauge yourself against and what people are saying fatherhood should be. So I think that's where fathers might have it hard because they can see if they're not meeting these traits that people are saying this is a good father, this is a good father. If they are not that, then might they feel like they're failing. So then they're not only judging themselves with themselves, they're also judging with others, which is so dangerous.
Okay.
Yeah. But also, I think they might have it easier, right? Because they have so much more information at their disposal.
Oh, the fathers now.
The fathers.
Now. Okay. I think today's dads are in a dilemma. Yeah, one is bringing up children becomes extremely difficult right now, especially with the boy child, because the society helped us when I was young to bring us up.
Yeah.
Whenever you are getting into a vice,
there was everybody watching.
Yeah. Now,
each man for himself.
Yes.
You can't tell anybody's child anything.
Yeah, they're seeing people getting involved in things, young people, and people are just quiet. They're not doing anything.
They even turn their, that's not my business.
Yeah, and that's the reason why women to date, because the society look after women.
Yes, and girls. Yes.
You see that women don't smoke in public. Where have you seen a woman smoking like this and walking and saying, hello, hello, can you cut for me a piece of mutura and they're smoking? Just tell me. You don't see that. But
goodness, women, you are so right.
Women smoke in the toilets, in the washroom,
and in there's some spaces where in restaurants or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. We used to play hide and seek in a very large area, and if you knew now where we used to play hide and seek, you wouldn't be happy about it, because we used to go outside of the gate and just go till the market, and
Do you want us to say that now Ora can take it up with you later on?
It doesn't matter now, Dad. What are you going to do? What are you going to do, Dad?
Or you think I can't do anything
now? What will you do? That's what I'm asking.
Even if I don't say what I can do, you think I can't do anything?
Ooh. What will you ground me? Will you take away my pocket money? Huh?
And what else?
Will you spank me? You have to catch me fast.
I'll tell your grandmother to catch you. She used to.
It's true. It's true.
What traditions did your father pass on to you that you pass on to your daughter?
Christmas! I loved Christmas. The presents. I don't know if that was you or Mom, but I loved that.
Yeah, mine two things. One is church is still a tradition. Yes. So it's important that people respect religious spaces, but also go and congregate and fellowship with others.
What is a tradition or a life lesson that we have learned from our parents and that we will carry on to our lives?
It would probably be, as I already said, a girl with a dream is a woman with a vision. Yeah, and you?
I think the way they put hard work, I feel like that's something we can take on to our families, because without their hard work, day and night, our dad is just awake every time, shift, you see, and still he's here to being able to take us here. That's very encouraging.
What is one attribute your mother or father that you see in yourself?
Resilience.
Resilience.
Yes.
Okay.
You agree with me?
Yeah.
What about you?
My father's work ethic. That at the end of the day, you know, he wanted to give people chances. He wanted to better their lives, wanted to mentor them, you know, and yeah, I think that stayed with me.
I was brought up by my dad. Sure. I was brought up by my dad was a single parent.
Yeah.
They separated when I was 3 years old. So I have a lot of my dad.
Yeah.
The one thing is my relentlessness. I just do not quit.
No quit.
My dad was like, have I seen you somewhere?
The age-old line.
The age-old line.
You look familiar.
You look familiar.
Do I look familiar?
Do I look? Yeah. Have I seen you somewhere? Yeah. She's like, no, or whatever. I'm like, what? I said, oh, you're not a model?
Please.
You know, Bas. Then later I was told he bought a BMW to propose.
He bought her a BMW?
Yeah.
Hey.
Ati, be my wife.
Oh, God.
Hey. Ujaluo ilianza familia yetu.
Wow.
A long time ago.
Wow.
Anyway, but that's
I have never heard that story.
You never heard that story? Oh, he bought a BMW.
That's outrageous.
Then, anyway, I don't know the details, but BMW stood for Be My Wife.
But from the stories I've heard of your dad,
my dad had game.
No, but he could have probably made that up because he was also quite very funny.
He was hilarious, yeah. So it could be, but I'll take it as the truth. Like, it works better if it was true.
What is one attribute of your mother or father that you see in yourself?
For my dad, I don't want to say it. But my dad used to be so strict and uptight. So I feel like I took some of that. I used to be so, like,
now I understand. It makes sense.
Nini?
Iyo, a strictness. Umeiona sasa.
Juu nimefanya.
Hiyo tutaongea chambers. Tutaongea chambers.
And you?
For my dad, I think if not 100%, 90 or 80% photocopy of his social skills.
Yes.
Social skills.
It's 100%. It's 100.
His social skills, his storytelling, and his ability to conquer anything. Like for him, nothing is too big. Like as long as it's come to the table, we can deal with it and we can move with it. So I think, and that's my favorite attribute from him. Who in your life would you like to have a closer relationship with?
I think my dad. I think he has stories that he's never told me.
Very dope stories.
Oh, when he's told you.
He's very cool.
But yeah, my dad.
But I have stolen money from my dad's jacket. Alinipiga. Nenda shule kama nimefurahi side.
So kuchapa alikupiga haswa.
Alinipiga. He's a dude from the Air Force. So you know, if he's disciplining such a thing, he'll discipline it like his police work. Na wengine wenye tabia kama zako.
One of my favorite, it's not even my absolute favorite memories, would have to be when I was young and my father like put me on his lap and we had one of those old pickups that even the door never used to close nicely, but then we like drove around that car road for, you know, the house, that Kanyariri road, and I still remember it because he never did that with me again, but I always remember that, and I'm just like, oh, that was such a good man, because he legit let me steer the wheel, because before that road never used to be busy. Yeah, so that's like I think one of my most favorite childhood memories, and I think I was 3, but I remember that moment. Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
I have many.
Yeah.
Growing up in an estate, you have a lot of experiences. But one childhood memory that I will always remember is we used to have a black and white TV. And
because you've told me many stories about that TV. Long after color TVs came out.
Long after color TVs came out, we
Then
still had black and white
Godho
TV.
household still had the black and white.
And there was, it was one of those ones for, great
No
ones.
remotes,
Like
yeah.
ta-ta-ta-ta-ta, but it was a JVC,
Yeah.
brand.
Yeah.
So it
Which was a very Kali brand those days.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, those ones for, they call them Baruti.
Yeah.
Ta-ta-ta-ta. You change the channel and stuff, but you never used to shika any other channel except one. And I know you guys know which one. But when we were bought for that first color TV, it was just an eye experience.
The mere fact that you remember it.
Yeah, as it was just like, what?
Yeah.
Yani, Dad, you've decided, Yani,
Yeah.
Because we always used to miss a lot of programs that
Your classmates.
my classmates, my boys were mtaani, used to watch, you know. And they used to talk about them, huko hivyo mtaani. Uliona Reso, uliona vile Ultimate Warrior,
Yeah.
But as we did
But
have
I'm sure you still didn't watch wrestling after. How I know your
Yeah,
mother, she still did not let you.
Story for another day. But getting that color TV was a good memory. My father is calm at times.
Yeah.
And I also have a calm side.
Yeah, it's come more in the later years, actually.
Yeah. My father is a bit of an OCD kidogo. There's some one or two
And
traits.
you're a bit? A bit?
There's sometimes I can take that trait from him.
Yeah. Favorite childhood memory?
I think it was when I saw my dad come home with it was a carton full of books. There were textbooks and exercise books. And we were at the verge of, not going to school because we don't have the textbooks, we didn't have the exercise books. And it was, a really hard season in our family.
Wow. Yes. It's that deep. Your eyes. Your eyes are watery, baby.
They are?
Yeah.
Oh, some tissue.
My.
Yeah.
Really?
I think I'd like to be, to have a closer relationship with my dad. Not that we're not close. I remember he talked yesterday morning.
Yeah.
But I'd like to spend more time with him.
Yes.
When we were kids, we were like when we tried going out.
Yeah.
And then Dad was like, no. Then we're like, Judy, go tell Dad we're going out. And then she goes and tells Dad we are going out, and then Dad is like, oh, have a few thousand shillings. We're like, really?
It's so true. I have no idea why. I have no idea. I was just nice and I was polite.
Oh.
Join us for Tea Time.